If you're planning to buy a home in Toronto in the next few months or even at the end of the year, this video is going to save you from the mistake that costs buyers the most. And it's not overpaying, it's quieter than that. It's spending weeks feeling busy, then losing the home you actually wanted because you weren't ready when it mattered. Today, I'm going to give you a clear 90-day plan to buy a home in Toronto the right way. And stay with me because near the end, I'm going to give you my 60-second readiness test. And if you can't answer it instantly, you're not actually in the 3-month lane yet. Toronto will do one thing to you. It's going to make you feel productive without making progress. And that's what we're fixing today. I'm also going to explain something I call the unicorn listing. The house that's priced right, shows well, and doesn't last. Because once you understand unicorns, buying stops feeling chaotic. So let me start with a pattern I see all the time. A buyer reaches out frustrated. They say, I don't get it. Every house I like is gone. I'm always missing out. So I ask one question. If the right house shows up today, can you write an offer today? And there's always a pause because what they really mean is, I've been scrolling listings, but I'm not actually ready to act. And Toronto punishes that. Not because it's unfair, because it's fast. Most buyers confuse activity with readiness. They scroll listings, they watch market videos, they talk to friends, and none of that makes you offer ready. It's like watching workout videos and calling it training. You feel involved, but nothing changes. And when the right house appears, you freeze. There's old advice people still repeat. You need to see 50, 75, 100 homes before you can buy. That advice made sense years ago. Your parents didn't have online MLS. They didn't have listing photos, floor plans, sold data, or instant alerts. They had to physically drive around just to know what was available. Today, you've already seen more than 100 homes. You just seen them online. So the problem today isn't that buyers haven't seen enough homes. It's that they haven't filtered them properly. That's why people feel exhausted before they ever make an offer. So here's the structure. This is a 3-month game plan. We break it into 3 phases: planning, home shopping, then closing. And the order matters because the biggest mistake buyers make is spending too long getting ready and then rushing the actual purchase. So here's the timeline. Planning, about 10 days to 2 weeks. Shopping, 50 to 80 days. It could be less. I've done it in about 3 weeks with some of our clients. And closing, 30 days. It could be 60 as well. But on average, this is the average timeline for most buyers. And this applies across all Toronto neighborhoods. Some neighborhoods move fast and attract competition. Others are quieter, transitional, or temporarily overlooked. The pace changes. The strategy doesn't. Here's a 10-day planning sprint. Day 1, budget reality. It's not exciting, but it's a step that prevents regret. Day 1 is your real budget, not a rule of thumb, not a percentage from the internet, your actual lifestyle. Take 1 or 2 hours, look at your income, look where your money actually goes, and decide what monthly payments feels comfortable without turning your life into stress. Because 2 people earning the same amount can feel very different. It's about lifestyle, not math tricks. If you skip this step, you don't save time, just delay panic. Day 2 is pre-approval. This does 3 things. 1, it confirmed you can actually buy. 2, it turns your guess into a real number. And 3, makes you credible. Because when a good house shows up, hesitation is obvious. Pre-approval removes that. Day 3 and 4, it's needs versus wants. You write everything down. Then you start your top 3 non-negotiables. Because emotions will try to rewrite your list when you're standing in a house. This keeps you grounded. And it's also your baseline to work with. Day 5 is timing. If you're renting, understand your lease. If you're selling, understand timelines. The goal is simple. You don't want pressure deciding for you later. Day 6 and day 7, choose your team. A good agent isn't there to magically find secret houses. They're not. They protect you. They negotiate. They keep you from making emotional mistakes. And early on, the most important questions are simple. What are you worried about? What would make this process successful? Unspoken anxiety becomes bad decisions later. Day 8, line up a home inspector. Even if you don't use them right away, know who to call. Speed matters. Maybe get a referral from your agent or from friends or families that had a good experience with one. Day 9, money logistics. Here are 3 surprises for buyers. Deposit timing, that's one. Land transfer tax. Some people get caught by surprise because they were not told so. And total cash needed beyond the down payment. None of these should surprise you after an offer is accepted. So buying a house isn't about seeing more homes. It's about seeing the right ones. So use this 3-stage buyer filter. Stage 1, online elimination. If a house clearly misses one of your top 3 needs, you don't need to go see it. That's why we did that exercise earlier. Stage 2, in-person confirmation. You're not touring to decide, you're touring to confirm. Does this house feel at least 70% right? Stage 3, decision readiness. Ask yourself, if this was gone tomorrow, would I be disappointed or relieved? That answer tells you everything. When using Realtor, House Sigma, or even Realm, which your realtor give you access to, use the MLS alerts. They're faster and cleaner, and they search realistically. Looking at homes outside your plan isn't research, it's emotional burnout. So walk the neighborhoods, not just the house, the street, the block, noise, traffic, vibe, and maybe even use a Google map and look what's surrounding it. This is how you avoid buying a house you like in a neighborhood you don't. So what's a unicorn listing that I mentioned earlier? A unicorn listing is simple. It's priced right, it shows well, it won't last. If it's a unicorn for you, it's a unicorn for others too. So you may need to see it fast, like the day that it hits the market. And if it fits your plan, need to act the same day, not recklessly, confidently, because the planning work is already done. If you sleep on it, one or two things will happen. One, it's gone. Someone else is going to jump on it because it's a unicorn for someone else. Or you're in multiple offers and now there's no negotiations at all. And that's the reality. So people who win isn't the fastest. It's a buyer who's ready before the house shows up. So let's talk about multiple offers and other neighborhoods. Some neighborhoods are very competitive. Others give you more breathing room. The strategy doesn't change, only the pace does. Prepared buyers succeed in both. So you use the same strategy and plan. It's just that you have to change the way you make the offer. And use the 70% rule when looking at homes. There's no perfect house. If a home hits about 70% of what you want and all the top 3 needs, it's serious consideration. It's worth it to take a second look. Perfection is how buyers stall themselves. If you're buying in 3 months, you should answer these instantly. Why are you buying? Who's involved? What do you want? Beds, baths, parking. What's your realistic budget? How much is your down payment? Is your deposit ready quickly? Do you understand land transfer? If not, that's okay. It just means your next step is planning, not shopping. And here's where buyers lose the house they wanted. Say, let's just see a few more. That sounds smart. In Toronto, it's often fatal. And that's how you self-sabotage your plans. Because if you're ready, you're ready. And if the house matches what you're looking for, there's not going to be a better house out there. There might be one that's better, but I guarantee it's going to cost more, or it has some other things that you don't see in the pictures that make it bad. So if you want more videos like this for strategy, not hype, subscribe for more. Thanks again for watching. See you soon.